First of all, who has never tried tapping before? Woo, woo, woo! Give them a round of applause. Nice. I love having virgins in the house. Okay, so this lovely lady, you may have seen her on a picture in a Chinese medicine office. She is naked, but she does have a really cool suit on. Now, for the purpose of tonight, this is a star suit. When I pass her around, you'll see dots everywhere. In Chinese medicine, they call them meridians or acupuncture points. Really, they're stars, because we are a universe. And some of our stars have gone out. They got all stuffed up because trauma happened, and therefore the energy to fuel the star and therefore bring light to the whole system got blocked. And so in acupuncture, you put a needle in one of those, you could call them a dead star, right? I've been watching a lot of galaxy stuff, so I'm applying it to the body. So, but if you put it in there, it'll open it up and it will bring light. And then the light, or the prana as they call it, which is the life force, because light is life force, it's electricity, it runs through these energy lines and it basically allows the whole body to feel and be activated by that prana or that life force so that there's no disease. So in tapping, we're basically percussively tapping on some of these star points or acupressure points, and we are bringing love, empathy, and forgiveness to whatever it is that blocked that star. So I'm going to pass her around, check her out. She has an awesome suit. We all have these suits. They're very cool. All right, so as we tap on these points, we start to bring in the modern psychology piece. And the modern psychology piece is basically talk therapy. Who's ever been to a coach, a healer, or someone that's allowing you to ramble on, right? Yeah, it's good to talk. It's good to get it out. So that's what we're doing. We're basically going to do our own therapy by talking out loud about what we've been feeling, what we've been going through. And as we do that, our whole system starts to get a little bit triggered. Starts to feel uncomfortable, right? When you talk about things that aren't comfortable, your body doesn't feel comfortable. That's when we start tapping and breathing. So breathing brings in that prana, brings in that life force. It flushes through the system. You tap those points start to light up and they start to shoot energy into the whole system. So that's basically what we're going to do. And then my favorite part is really bringing in the spiritual component, love, forgiveness, empathy, and all of those qualities. When we bring it to the fear starts to dissolve. So who has ever driven home from work and was like, I do not remember how I got home, but I'm here? Show of hands? Yeah, right. Because you're on autopilot. So much of our reality is on autopilot. And if we had trauma earlier on in life, a lot of that gets set on autopilot. So it's like, Dad left when I was a kid, therefore I've got to be really wary about trusting men in case they leave, as an example. Right? So then you get in a relationship with a man, you've got this autopilot thing going on in the background where you don't allow yourself to fully be there. Right? And that happens in many different ways because of trauma. And so what they've shown that happens in the brain is the brain is wired up with all these neural pathways. And they're just shooting back and forth, systems, beliefs, emotional patterns, even habits and postures. And they're basically creating our response to reality. And during the ages of 0 and 6, if there was trauma, that really got wired in. And then after 6, it starts to repeat a lot as well. So basically what we do when we start to bring love, empathy, and forgiveness to the pain, they've shown what happens inside the brain is you've got 2 synapses that's basically shooting back and forth. And they're basically glued together. They've got these protein bonds. It's like a scaffolding that's like gluing it in place and just shooting it back and forth. Like, I feel this, right? And that happens over and over again because that person out there triggered that and now, right? So you've got that going on. Then in tapping, we go into it and we go, oh, it's fear. I'm just going to bring love and empathy and forgiveness to the fear. And they've shown that the protein bonds, the scaffolding melts away, synapses opens up, and you can rewire your brain. And when you're bringing love, empathy, and forgiveness to that, right? The love and empathy becomes the rewiring. So then you start to perceive reality through love, empathy, and forgiveness. And then you start to create reality based on that. And that becomes a subconscious program, so you don't even need to write down affirmations, oh, I forgive them, because you did it in the subconscious. So that's what's happening in tapping. You're going into the subconscious, you're healing all of those fears, resentments, angers, whatever they are, bringing love to them, opening up the synapses, rewiring it, creating a new pattern, and voila, you step out and you feel better. And as a result, you attract a different reality, because no longer in the background are you attracting that asshole or that person that really pisses you off all the time, and you keep attracting a similar type of person that looked like that last person and all of that, because you cleared it in the background. Therefore, you're no longer subconsciously looking for the person that can bring that up for you again. Because ultimately, you're just trying to heal it. That's why we attract that same person in a different bodysuit over and over again, because we're just trying to heal what's going on in the background. You heal it in the background, you don't need to go through that lesson again, right? So that's what we're going to do with tapping tonight. Does that sound like fun? Yeah? Woo, 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 woo! Awesome. So the way that we're going to do it, we're going to do a little oath, then we'll do a short little meditation. I'll ask you some questions, then we'll dive into the tap. But before we get into all of that, I'm just going to show you the points. This is just 30% of the method, but I want to show them to you first, so then when we go into it, you can just follow along. You know, like, am I touching the right place? Okay? So massage underneath the collarbone here. And then as we do this, you'll be breathing. I'll tell you to take deep sighs, tapping the center of the chest. Everyone take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Ah, beautiful. Tapping between the brows. So these are all the star points. You're basically activating your universe right now. Tapping the temples, turning on those stars so the whole universe can shine bright. Tapping the cheeks, tapping underneath the nose, tapping underneath the lips. Everyone take a big deep breath. Ah. Center of the chest again. And then front of the ribs where they jut out. Side of the ribs where your brow would be, ladies. Or men, if you like to wear brows. Okay, so say you're going to put your wrist out, tapping your wrist here. Tapping the side of the thumb where the nail juts out the most. Tapping the middle, the next finger where the nail juts out the most. You can do this on either hand. And don't worry if you don't hit the exact spot, because the points are so tiny and your big fat finger is going to hit it, okay? So tapping the middle finger. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. This is the only one on the other side. This is called the gamut point. Okay, tapping the little finger inside again. Tapping the side of the hand. Everyone take a big deep breath. Ah, beautiful. Tapping the top of the head, back of the head, around the head. All of the meridians come up to the head. And basically, if you tap all over your head, it's like getting a full body massage. Who loves to get a head rub? Oh yeah, it's because it's like getting a full body massage, because you're tapping all of the points. And then you make your way around again. You tap between the brows. You come down to the temples. And you basically do a loop. You go to the cheeks, underneath the nose, underneath the lips, and you just keep going around. So I'll take you through that as we tap. Now, a few things might happen as you tap. It's called off-gassing. It's yawning, burping, crying, hiccuping, and farting, okay? Don't worry about it. We're in a big room. You blame it on your partner. It's all good. What we encourage is relaxation, okay? So let yourself relax into it, because so much of the time we're like clenching and holding our bodies, and that's actually not allowing the prana to move through. So we need to relax so that that life force can go. So if you start yawning a lot or crying, totally natural. It's actually part of the movement, and it moves very quickly when you allow yourself to do it. Does everyone have a tissue? Yes? Okay. If you see that your partner needs a tissue and you don't, then you could pass it over. And Catrice will pop a couple of boxes in the middle of the room if anyone needs any extras. Awesome. So let's do a little oath right now so that we're in a safe bubble together. Everyone raise your hand. I'm repeating after me. I commit to create a safe space. And be courageous with my experience. And I promise not to go up to anyone afterwards and say, I heard what you said. Let me be your love guru. Unless they ask me first. Okay, we've got a lot of healers and gurus in the room, so, just ask first. All right. Clap for everyone. Awesome, because you are going to be speaking out loud. Your neighbor may hear you, but if everyone's really in their own bubble going for it, you won't hear them, they won't hear you. We'll just all have a cathartic big cry together, and then we'll have a cuddle at the end, and we'll feel better, okay? So that's basically what we're going to do. And we're just going to take a moment to really just center ourselves and hold the intention of what we want to create. So let's just do a short meditation right now. So just finding your sit bones nice and relaxed on your pillow there. And then just close your eyes gently. And feel yourself just really entering into the room. Imagining that we are in a beautiful bubble right now. And then imagine within that big bubble that we're all a part of, that we have our own individual bubble. And that we get to clear out whatever isn't serving us tonight, so that we may step deeply in to the path we were designed for. And then just bring your hands up to the sky as if you're just calling in the universe, palms up. And the way the universe works, when you're really clear with your intention and the universe can hear the power of your intention, it will come rushing in. So for a moment right now, we're going to do a short breath of fire. If you're on your cycle, women, you just breathe deeply into your belly. Everyone else, we're just going to pump the belly. So the belly goes in on the exhale, and then out, relaxes on the inhale. And as you do this, keep going. Imagine yourself just clearing out any of the blocks right now. And as we clear out those blocks, we call in that abundant supply from the universe to come down to this funnel, into this instrument that is this body, that is this life. Your arms might start to get a little heavy. It's just for one more moment. Keep going. And inhale, hold the breath. Stretch up tall. Bring your hands to prayer above your head. And then as you exhale, bring the palms to prayer in front of your chest as you pull down the current of the universe into your heart. And just resting your head towards your fingertips in this space right now. And in this moment, we just call in the answers, we call in the truth, and we surrender. And as you remain in this space, I want you to just allow Spirit to share with you right now, what is it that's blocking the flow? The first thing that comes to your mind. And then taking a moment to write that down on your piece of paper. What is blocking the flow for you right now? And it doesn't have to be right. Just the first thing that came to your mind, it will evolve through the session. But we just want to grasp and capture some pieces right now. And then the next question is, when the flow of the universe is blocked, what are the limiting emotions that you feel? Sadness, fear, anger, resentment, shame, pity, blame, unworthiness. What are some of those emotions that come up? And don't worry if you don't get all your answers down, because we will tap and they'll come out. The next question is, what are the limiting thoughts that come up when you feel blocked? I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, this is impossible, it's too hard, I can't do it, they'll laugh at me, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough resources, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have the right education, there's something wrong with me, I'll get rejected. What are some of the limiting thoughts that come up? I'm afraid to try. It'll never work out anyway. I'll fail. Just write any of those thoughts that come up. And then with these thoughts, what is your earliest memory that comes to mind when you first felt that type of struggle? Just the first thing that pops up. When's the first time you remember struggling with that kind of challenge? So whatever it is, just write it down. And who do you hold responsible for that challenge? Or who do you blame? A lot of the time we blame ourselves. Other times we might blame someone else. It could be a parent, it could be a teacher, it could be the devil, it could be absolutely anything, it could be aliens, it could be the government. Who do we blame for the struggle that comes up? And I would say probably 80 to 90% of the time, we usually blame ourselves. We're usually the hardest on ourselves than we are on others. And if it had a color, what would the color be? Black, brown, gray, greenish yellow. And what does your culture or your society say about this challenge? Money doesn't grow on trees. You're meant to be married with children by now. So many things that come up, right, from the culture and society. And these are all programmed through the media, through religion, through our family lines. But it's all bullshit, because we define what is right. There is no right way. But so much of the time we believe what the world tells us it should look like, which is what makes us struggle. And then the next question is, if this was not a challenge for you, if the flow was really happening, what would be taking place physically for you? What would be happening in your life? that block with the universe, when you're feeling that block with reality, what is it on a scale of 0 to 10? 10 being I'm so blocked, I'm struggling so hard. 0 being there's no block. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense is the block for you when it arises? Awesome. You guys ready to dive in? Now, I must say, the middle of the night, you might be like, why am I here? What's she going on about? Why am I looking at these emotions? I don't want to look at them. Totally natural. I'm asking you to stay through that middle part because that will be when it's most uncomfortable. And when it's uncomfortable, that's usually when we want to leave, right? That's when we want to blame someone else for how we feel and exit. But when you exit, whether it be this class or a relationship or a situation, without processing what's there for you, you go and attract it somewhere else anyway, just at a later date. So give yourself permission to move through whatever is uncomfortable in the middle, and I'll get you over that hurdle. So at the end, you're going to feel amazing and excited and channeling the universe, and you'll be like, hooray, I did it. So it will be hard in the middle. We'll get you to the other side, okay? Can you guys do that with me? Yeah? Awesome. Beautiful. Give everyone a round of applause. Diving in. Awesome. Cool. All right. So let's get started. I want everyone just to take a moment to just feel your own bubble again, wherever you're at. Now tune into everything that you just wrote down and the struggles that you've been having. And then start massaging underneath the collarbone here. And it's going to be a call and response. So if I say something and it doesn't feel accurate, just change the word. Like I might say I feel really sad and you actually feel really angry. You can change the word to angry. If you don't know what you feel, just give the word a try, because sometimes we're numb. And we're like, I know I feel something, not sure what it is. If you give the word a go and something comes out, that's actually a great thing. You can't drill in negativity any deeper, but what can happen is I can prod and poke you, and if something comes out, awesome! We now get to give it love so that we can neutralize it, so then when I prod and poke you in the same way again, you're like, I cleared that, right? So just give the word a try. If you don't know what you feel, you could be numb, all right? So just tuning into your challenge right now. And then repeating after me, I've been really struggling with, and just say out loud what you've been going through, what has been the struggle. I've been really struggling with, and part of me is scared to fully look at it because it's a scary thing. But I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the center of the chest. It's possible I'm a good human being. I'm worthy of love. And I'm in a safe place to look at this. I'm in a safe place to bring my love here. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping between the brows. I've been really struggling with, and just name it out loud. And I haven't known what to do about it. And it's been really hard. And it's been making me feel what? What's it been making you feel? It's been making me feel. Tapping the temples. It's been making me feel. Say it again. And just lean into whatever that is, what you've been feeling. Tapping the cheeks. It's been making me feel, name what it is. I've been feeling, name what it is. About, and just name what the challenge has been. And that's understandable. Tapping underneath the nose, it's understandable I've been struggling here. And I really want to change this. But I don't know how tapping on my face is going to help. I love myself anyway. Even if I look silly. Like a monkey tapping on my head. It's possible love can heal it. And I'm willing to give it a try. Tapping underneath the lips, I'm willing to just look at it. See what I find. I'm here. I might as well just go for it. I give myself permission to feel what is there. And to really go into it. And see if I can heal this. Because I'm ready. I'm done with the struggle. And I want to change this. I'm ready to let go of. What are you ready to let go of? Just feel into that struggle once more. I want you to let it be uncomfortable right now. Draw it to the surface. Let yourself feel really uncomfortable. How does it feel in your body when it's most triggered? That struggle, that resistance. Where is it in your body? Take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the center of the chest. I love and deeply accept myself. Exactly as I am. And I'm ready to change this now. And I forgive myself for how much I've been struggling. Tune into how much you've been struggling and how many times it's been repeating itself and how many things you've tried and it's still not working and it keeps repeating. And feel that struggle right now. Take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the front of the ribs. I can go there now. Are you guys ready to really go there with me? Yeah? Okay, great. So just close your eyes for a moment and just tune into the earliest memory that comes up for you. What's the first thing that arises when you were struggling? And then repeating after me. It all started when? And just tell me when it started. And I was, what were you doing? And that made me feel what? Tapping the side of the ribs. It all started when? Just go ahead and just tell me. And just go on a little rant right now. Tell me what was taking place, who was there, where were you? I was, and then they did this, and I said that. Just tell me about it. And that made me feel what? That made me feel tapping the side of the wrist. And that made me think, what? What did you start believing when that happened? That made me think. And I've been thinking that ever since. I've been believing what? Ever since what happened? Ever since I've been believing what? Say it again. And I've been shutting my life force down. Tapping the side of the thumb. I've been blocking the energy of love. Because I'm afraid of what happening? I'm afraid of and I've been struggling with this a long time. Tapping the next finger. And the worst part about this memory was what? What was the worst part about it? Tapping the middle finger. The worst part was because I wasn't getting the support I needed. Instead, I was getting what? What were you getting instead? Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. When I really needed what? What did you need in that situation? Tapping the little finger. I really needed what? But I wasn't getting it. Instead, I got what? And that fucking sucks. And that makes me feel what? What does it make you feel that you didn't get that? That makes me feel because I wasn't getting the love and support I needed. Just feel into how that made you feel that you weren't getting what you needed. Lean into that part right there. Tapping the side of the hand. And just feel whatever is there around not getting it, around feeling like you need to play a game to get it, or you need to convince someone to get it, or you got to prove yourself, or it just doesn't exist so you shouldn't even try. Tune into what that made you do as a response to try to get it. And the struggle and the games that come along with trying to get it now. Feel the games and the actions and the activities that you have to do or you feel like you have to do just trying to get that one thing. Tapping the top of the head. So what have you been doing as a result trying to get that need met? I have been, and just tell me what you've been doing. But it's not really working. I still don't really have what? But it's all I know. Part of me thinks I have to what? What do you think you have to do in order to get it? Part of me thinks I have to. And I can keep doing that if I want. And feeling the struggle that comes from you trying to prove, trying to convince, struggling against. Tune into that struggle. Tapping the temples. And just imagine if you keep that struggle for another 5 years. what's happening in your life if you keep using that habit of struggle? Just go on a little rant. What does your life look like 5 years from now if you keep holding on to that way of dealing with it? I am, and this is what's happening. It's the same thing, isn't it? Just repeating over and over. Feel how that feels in your body, that struggle, that defense, that protection, that proving, that againstness, that doubt, that hiding, that shame, that blame, that I'm not good enough. Tapping the cheeks, tune into what it is for you. I've been holding on to what? Just tell me what you've been holding on to. Tapping underneath the nose. I've been holding on to. Tapping underneath the lips. And I'm not going to let this go. And you can't make me. Point at me. I'm going to hold on to this for the rest of my life. Just to prove my point. So let's just give us an opportunity to do that. And if you're tapping, make sure you're saying the words, because it helps light up the pathways in the brain more when you speak it out loud. Tapping the center of the chest. I'm planning on holding on to what? Just tell me what it is that you don't want to let go of. For another 20 years. Tapping the front of the ribs. I am planning on holding on to, tell me what it is. For another 40 years. So what does your life look like 40 years from now if you keep holding that habit, that pattern? What does it feel like in your body if you've held on to that for 40 years? It makes me feel what? Name what it is. And where is it in your body 40 years from now? Where does it live in your body? It's in my, tell me where it is. Really feel it in that area of your body. Tapping the side of the ribs. Let's fast forward to your dying day now. You held on to that your whole life. You never let it go. You always had to prove with that. You always tried to protect yourself with that. But it never really protected you because you're still trying to run away or hide or trying to protect or trying to prove, and you're still not getting that core need met. So just imagine on your dying day, holding on to that for dear life. I won't let it go. No, I'm not going to. It's not safe to let this go. Tune into what it is again. What is it that you've been holding? I've been holding. Say it again. And I don't have to let it go. I can take it into the next life if I want to. And the life after that, I never have to let go of. Tell me what it is. So give yourself permission right now. Really give yourself permission to hold on to it for as long as you want. Tapping the side of the wrist. That you never have to let that go. Really give yourself permission right now. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. But part of me doesn't want to die with this. Tapping the side of the thumb. Part of me doesn't want to die with what? Part of me wants to trust the universe more. It's possible if I relax a little more. Open my hand a little more. And let myself receive that which wants to come in. Even though I've never really done that before. I've been fighting and trying to survive my whole life. And I'm still fighting and trying to survive. It's possible fighting and trying to survive isn't working. And I'm open to trying something new. Tapping the next finger. I'm open to relaxing the fight. And see what happens. So tune into whatever that fight is for you, whatever that struggle is. It might be an inner fight, it might be an outer fight, an inner struggle, the conflict that goes around in your head. Tune into that right now. Feel the grips of it. Lean into the grips of it. Feel what it feels like to have all of that fighting and conflict inside of yourself, distracting you from all of the spaciousness. Feel into that conflict right now that's wound up in your DNA, passed down through future and past generations. Lean into that struggle. Get uncomfortable with it. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I'm ready to let go of what was that piece for you. It's possible I'm in a safe place to give this a try. It's possible the universe is friendly when I open myself to her. It's possible the universe is friendly if I open myself to receive. It's possible if I let go of the inner conflict, the space of the universe will be there, holding me, loving me, guiding me, and I will hear her. Big deep breath, big sigh. So isn't that true? When we have so much conflict going on inside of ourselves, we can't even hear the other person talking to us who is talking with like English, right? Because we've got this all going on. We're calculating what we're going to say next and how we'll respond and why what they just said offended me and all of that, right? So how can you expect to hear the universe who whispers when you've got all that going on? So we have to clear the noise and the struggle so that we can listen to what she wants to reveal to us in every moment. If only we trust by letting it relax. Tapping the little finger. I'm open to relaxing what? What are you open to relaxing? Even though part of me doesn't know how. I'm open to giving it a try. I'm open to relaxing. Tell me what it is. To see if the universe wants to rush in. I'm open to giving it a try. to see if the universe wants to rush in. I'm open to relaxing what? Tell me what it is. To see if the universe can support me. I'm open to relaxing what? What is it? To see if there's a greater support. I'm open to relaxing what? Feel into that piece that is wanting to be relaxed right now. Tapping the side of the hand, that piece that you may never have even relaxed it in your whole life, and your parents may never have relaxed it, and their parents may never have relaxed it, and all the way back through time, no one relaxed it. So how the hell do you know how to relax it? Because your teachers didn't know how. You're learning now how to relax it, so that you can open up for your life and the future generations that follow. We rewrite it for humanity right now, for what our ancestors could not do. I'm open to relaxing. Tell me what it is. I'm open to relaxing. Tell me again. Tapping the top of the head. It's possible I'm in a safe place. To relax what? And it's time. And I'm doing it for the past. And who in your earlier childhood life also didn't know how to relax this part of themselves? Who are you doing it for that didn't know how to do it themselves? Who was it that taught you this behavior? Who was it that struggled with the same thing you're struggling with right now? I'm doing it for, and tell me. I'm doing it for, and I'm changing it for the future generations. I'm doing it for, this is time. So I want you to tune into right now. Just tap on your center of your chest and just close your eyes and just tune into whoever is there from the past that made you have this habit or that showed you this habit. And I want you to see their face right now and see them when they are struggling with it. Feel their struggle right now. Feel what it feels like when they're struggling with it. Feel what they go through when they struggle with it. And let's go into some forgiveness now.
Standing in right relations.
I'm open to forgiving who?
Embracing the four directions.
Who's involved?
Forgiveness is a way to freedom.
I'm open to forgiving, and just say whoever's there right now.
Separateness is illusion.
For not knowing how to love me appropriately.
I'm talking about sacred giving.
Tapping the front of the ribs.
Grandmother, indigenous wisdom.
I'm open to forgiving who? Name anyone in your line that has ever inhabited that same reaction. That's called that reaction out of you in response.
We protect the wisdom tradition.
I'm forgiving who? Name who it is.
Can't hold us back. We stand for truth and right.
for not knowing better. They didn't know better. Because someone hurt them too. Someone made them doubt themselves. Someone made them shrink and hide. And they showed me the same thing. Because they didn't know any better. And we've all been dealing with it. And I'm healing it for all of us now. What is it? Describe what the pattern is that you got from them, that they got from someone else. I'm healing and go on a little discussion on what it is, what it feels like, what the thoughts are that come along with it, what the reactive patterns are that come along with it, what the adrenaline hit feels like when it's activated, how it makes your body feel. Tell me what it is. Because that was theirs too. This isn't even mine. And it's possible it wasn't theirs either. And I'm letting it go for all the past generations. This stops now. And I'm stopping it now. I'm letting go of what? Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm letting go of. Tell me what it is. And see that person right now that gave it to you. And see that they just needed the same thing that you needed, which was love, support, encouragement, safety.
Let the tears become a river.
And see yourself now, your higher self, coming in and giving them a hug to their higher self. To the person you wish they were. The person that they couldn't be because they were trapped. Tapping the side of the wrist. See them getting a hug right now from your higher self, letting it go because it doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve them. And it doesn't make it right what happened. It just means you're letting go of the tug of war. Feel into any resistance to fully let it go. Any I don't even want to look at it, they don't deserve my time, they don't deserve my energy, any resistance to fully being there with them in their pain, any angst towards them or towards yourself. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. I love and deeply accept myself. Exactly as I am. And I'm moving on now. I can move on now. And they can move on. We're all moving on now. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. And let's tune into that moment right now when it was most painful. Let's go back to that moment right now. Let's see that moment that really hit you hard. Tapping the side of the thumb. Tune into that moment where you shrunk, where you shut down, where you got scared. What did you need in that situation that you weren't getting? Feel into the most painful part right now. One last visit right there, right now to be with it. so that we can go back and change it right now. So that it changes and ripples forward into our deeper trust with the universe. Tapping the next finger. I really needed, what did you need? I really needed, what did you need? Tapping the middle finger, I really needed. I really need what? And it's possible I'm worthy of it. And I've been worthy this whole time. Even though I doubted myself. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. It's possible I'm worthy of. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the little finger. And I'm ready to receive it now. Are you ready to receive what you needed back then? Yeah? You ready to open up and say, I'm ready to have that? Tapping the opposite side of the hand. So tune into that moment once more. Whatever is left, whatever charge is left there for you right now, whatever remaining resistance or fear that's still there, find it. And as you find that final piece that's still lingering there for you, feel what it feels like in your body. See yourself as if you're watching it in a movie right now. And as you watch that in the movie, see yourself in the movie, feeling what that earlier version of you felt. And as you feel that right now, as you are in that part of the movie, I want you just to imagine opening your eyes in the movie right now. And then you look up into the corner of the frame. And there is your higher self looking over at you. Your higher self that knows your power. And the higher self that understands what you just went through and how painful that was. And I want you to see your higher self walk over to your younger self right now and pick you up in their arms and bring you close to their heart. Feel your higher self give you the biggest hug right now. Feel them come in and love you as you're in that most painful time. Feel all of the love coming into the fear, coming into the contraction, coming into the struggle. Feel the love touch you deeply right now. Touching you deeper and deeper, all into those contractions. Take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Tapping the top of the head. And see your higher self there as they hold you right now. And feel into any resistance that you have to fully receiving the love from your higher self, from the self that is connected to the infinite. Feel into any resistance right now. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping between the brows, I can receive this love. As you look up into your higher self's eyes right now, and you see in their eyes the whole universe. You see in their gaze a truth that is beyond the time of that trauma. You see your higher self with their wisdom, their maturity, their love, their knowledge, their strength. And you see them look at you right now in that time of struggle. And your higher self has something to share with you. What does your higher self want to say right now? My higher self is saying, and tell me what it is. My higher self is saying, tapping underneath the nose. And as you look into her eyes or his eyes, see the truth, the certainty of that message. My higher self is saying, and tell me what it is. Tapping underneath the lips, and it's possible I can trust this. I'm open to trusting what? Tell me what the message is. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the center of the chest. It's possible I can trust what? Tell me what the message is. And I forgive myself for not trusting it before. It's possible I can trust this now. Because my higher self is saying it. Tapping the front of the ribs, take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. My higher self is saying. And what is your higher self saying? And if you're not tapping, keep tapping, because we have to circulate the energy. And take a moment and tap on your chest and look in the mirror. Are you guys ready to really get that message? Are you? Do you really want to let that message sink in? Do you want that message to transform your life right here, right now? Do you want to say, this is the truth? So look into your eyes. Look into the part of you that's been really struggling. Make that connection right now to that part of yourself. And repeating after me. I'm sorry for not fully trusting you. I'm sorry for doubting you. Your potential. And what you can do for me. What you can do for us. Because you are me. And I'm sorry for the doubt. Tune into any doubt you've had towards yourself. Tune into any blocks you put on your own energy. Any ways that you've put yourself down or held yourself back because you didn't believe in yourself. You didn't believe, you didn't even know, you didn't trust that you are the infinite and that you can have whatever you desire, you can create whatever you want, and you can have whatever you dream of if you trust you. If you plunge into that deep trust, knowing that you are the infinite and all is available. And let's have a heart-to-heart with yourself right now. I'm sorry for not trusting you by what? Tell me what you weren't trusting within yourself. And look into your eyes and say it to yourself. Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm sorry for not trusting you by, tell me what it is. I just forgot who I really was. Thanks for helping me remember. And I want to remember more. And I want to trust you more. And we're in this together. And we've got this. We can do this. And I'm here with you. Thanks for being here with me. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. And just feel any forgiveness going into yourself right now, tapping back on the chest, tuning into any area that you want to forgive, looking into your eyes. Feel that wave of empathy, understanding, softness, sweetness, forgiveness, touching those areas of hardness right now. Recognizing that you were just doing your best and you're forgiving it all right now. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. And now as you look at your higher self, you feel yourself aligning to that same vibration. And say that same message again. What was the message that your higher self had for you? The message is, and say what it is to yourself now. And tell yourself that again. And let yourself receive it. What happens when you let it sink in? I can. What can you do when you allow that to sink in? I can what? I can. Tell me what it is. And I'm safe. I'm safe. I am 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 safe. Feel the safety of your own being that knows that you belong to the infinite, that you are safe. And as you relax, you become safer. As you rest into your being, more safety is provided. As you allow yourself to drop beyond the waves on the surface, more safety is there. I am safe. I am safe. I've got this. I've got this. Big deep breath, big sigh. I'm ready to trust. I'm ready to play. It's possible it could be more fun than I think. And putting your mirrors down now. I'm ready to have fun and enjoy my life and play, be human, connect with other humans, share my passions, communicate my interests, be crazy and weird, dance to my own tune. I'm ready to what? What are you ready to do in your life? What do you want in your life? I'm ready to. And what does that look like when you do that? Tell me what it looks like when you get to do that. It looks like me doing this, or me creating that, or me showing up in this way. And when you get to do that, when you get to drop it all and say, I'm free and I trust. When you get to say that full out, when you get to fully drop it, and you get to claim your birthright, when you get to claim your true identity, what do you get to do? I get to. What do you get to do? I get to. What do you get to do? And I can have a lot of fun doing that. And I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to trust fully now. Even though I'm a little nervous, because I haven't fully done it before, I'm ready to give it a try. Because I know that this is real. Feel into any final holding right now. Any final pieces, any final yeah buts. These are the final pieces that you get to release right now, so that you can fully be free, so that you can fully call in what you desire, so that you can fully be in the flow. Feel into what those final pieces of attachment are. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. I'm creating what? And when you get to create that, what does it feel like? What are the 3 top emotions? It feels like tapping the front of the ribs. All right, so I want you to imagine it happening right now in your life. That you get to be that liberated self. That you get to be the magnetizer of your heart's desire. Imagine that right now. Feel what that would feel like in your body if you just let yourself be that. If you chose that rather than struggle. If you chose that rather than fear. If you chose that rather than shutting down. What would happen if you chose that? That liberation instead. What is possible? I want you to imagine your life right now as if it's happening. Who's in your life? What's taking place? And how does it feel in your body when you say yes to what that is? Top 3 emotions. It feels like, tell me what it feels like. It feels like, ooh, it's like, what's the texture of it? Is it like bubbly? Is it lift? What is the energy in your body when you allow it? How does the energy feel in your body? Tune into what it feels like in your body when you allow that liberation to come through. Describe it. If it had one word, what would that sensation be? Give it a name. The sensation is, tell me what it is. Tapping the side of the wrist. This is your new friend, this sensation. It might be new, but this friend will be with you for the rest of your life now. Tell me the name of that sensation that you feel when you're in that liberated place. The name of the sensation is, and what does the name of that sensation feel like? The sensation feels like, tell me what it is. Okay, now imagine your worst nightmare. You got your best friend, this sensation now on your side. And you get to just call that best friend in whenever something comes up. And imagine your worst nightmare right now, and that sensation steps in. And what gets to happen when you let that consciousness, when you let that sensation guide your clarity, guide your actions, guide the way you see reality, guide your communications, guide your direction? What does that sensation want to do? The sensation, tell me the name of the sensation, is, and what's it doing? And it's having fun doing it. I want you to speak it out loud. I want to hear it. The sensation is, and it's doing. Are you guys ready to really give it a go? Do you want to bring it into your life? Are you ready to say, this is my life and I'm bringing this sensation in? And I'm going to be sensational? Yeah? Okay, big deep breath, big sigh. I want you all to move your pillows to the side of the room and leave your blindfold on. Everything else is to the side of the room, and walk with your sensation in your body.